Hey everyone, Richard Metalfan here, bringing you guys a brand new concert review. And I'm going to be talking about a show I went to last night in Atlanta, or yesterday in Atlanta, I should say. And yesterday I went to the final ever Vans Warped Tour in Atlanta. Now, this is my second and final time going since, of course, last year was my very first time going. And of course, this this year marks the final like cross country run of Vans Warped Tour, which I was kind of shocked. But yeah, I mean, this year's lineup was all right, but I honestly thought last year's was much better. But this year had a bunch of solid bands. So I mean, I got up really early. I got up at like 7 or 8 o'clock yesterday morning. And then around 9:30, I left my house and went head to Atlanta, and I got well, to Solaris Amphitheater at Lakewood, which is they pretty much renamed it. It was originally Aaron's Amphitheater at Lakewood, but then they changed it to Solaris Amphitheater. But anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah, the music started at 11 or so, but I just did some walking around, and I actually got in a well, if you donated, actually, well, before that, I think it was like a month or so before that, I've actually had donated blood. Well, it was like the American Red Cross thing, where if you donated blood, you actually go backstage. And I actually went and walked around backstage at the whole entire amphitheater. It was awesome. Like, that place is huge. And I actually saw some bands around. I saw some buses. I actually walked around to where the actual, like, amphitheater is on the stage. And I stood behind the stage for one band, which I'll talk about later. But anyway, then we'll start with the first band I saw, which they went on at 12 o'clock, which would be Crown the Empire. Now, this was my very first time seeing them. I'd recently got into them not too long ago, and I thought they were pretty good. They opened up with one new song they played called 2020, which I thought was pretty good. And then went right into Zero from their previous album, Retrograde. I played a couple other tunes I recognized. Yeah, and of course I got some photos with the band. I met their vocalist Andy D. I met Brent, their guitar player Brandon, then their guitar player Brent, their drummer, and Hayden, the bassist. It was cool. Got one of their CDs recently. I had the four of them signed. So well, there were six on that album, but they now a four piece. So yeah, that was the first band I saw, and then after that I sort of like took a little break, sort of walked around a little bit, and then up until like 2 o'clock, and then right around 2 o'clock, I went and decided to meet August Burns Red. They were doing a signing at their merch, and I got another new vinyl purchase, and it's a shame that it's kind of fucked up because it was like pissing down rain around, so which would be a Leveler, which is signed by the band, and the vinyl itself. I really hope the vinyl. I'm kind of scared to see what the vinyl is like. Like, I kind of have like the lyric sheet, and the vinyl itself is a lightish green vinyl. I mean, I don't know if it's still playable since it was like in the rain or so, but I hope it works because I still haven't spun this yet. But yeah, I'm also might do a CD and vinyl update at some point. But yeah, I'll just leave this right there. But anyway. Around the same time August Burns Red was signing, I saw Unearth play, and they were really good live. Ugh. And I played their one song, I forget, it was called Incinerate. Right? Ugh, and that song just rips. And like I said, it was around 2:30, 3 o'clock, where it was like pissing down rain, and like the whole venue was evacuating. And I think it was around 4:30 where I actually, like right behind the stage, I got to see Simple Plan play live. Ugh, and it brings so much nostalgia. I saw them play I Do Anything, and it was just brings back a lot of like so much memories, like when I used to listen to them when I was like a kid. Yeah, and then let's see. I'm trying to remember. There was some like I mainly was sticking with the Mutant stages, the left and right stages. I wish I could. And then next up, I saw August Burns Red. Now this was my third time seeing them. Like the last time I saw them was back in February with Born of Osiris and Era, and they put on a great show. They played only like 20 minutes. They opened up with I think it was Whitewashed. They played that. They played Backburner. They played Invisible Enemy, and I think they closed with Empire. And then right after them was Amity Affliction. Now this was my second time seeing Amity Affliction. I think they opened up with This Could Be Heartbreak. They played a couple other songs. I think they played Pittsburgh. Well, I think that's what they closed with. They played Don't Lean on Me. They played one new song from their upcoming album, which was called ID Doomsday. And they were pretty good. And then right after them played was some of my In Heart's Wake. So I'm sort of friends with their drummer on Facebook. I've chatted with him a bunch of times. Yeah. And then this was my third time seeing In Heart's Wake. They were really good. I think they opened up with Earthwalker. And my only gripe is, like, I know Amity Affliction that they went on. In Heart's Wake got on right after Amity Affliction. That was like around 5ish or so. But I really wish during Earthwalker, Joel from Amity would come up and do his little part in Earthwalker. That was just my little nitpick. And then right after that, they went to Survival, where their vocalist Jake actually got on a boat and like crowd surfed and picked up like a boat. It was awesome. I was like in the pit doing the circle pits and shit. Like, it was insane. I think they played one other song from Ark. I can't remember their whole set list. And they closed with forget that one other song, Refuge. And then right after that, they did a signing, and I brought like my vinyls, and they also got fucked up from the rain. And then we go into Ice Nine Kills. Now, this is my only second time seeing them. Last time I saw them was like last year with Chelsea Grin. I didn't really think much of them back then. I wasn't like too big of a fan, but it wasn't until, well, recently a friend of mine played them for me again, and I decided to give them a fair chance. And honestly, I was really impressed this time. It kind of shows how quick I was to judge, but honestly, they're not that bad. I kind of dig them. And then, I'm not really too familiar with them, but I need to get into them a little bit more. And then we go into Every Time I Die. Now, this was my very first time seeing them, and they put on a really good show. Like, they're just really fun band, and actually really got to meet their guitar player, Andy Williams. He's a pretty cool dude. He's big as shit, but overall great fucking guy. And then I saw Chelsea Grin. Now, this is my second time seeing them. It was my first time actually seeing them with their new vocalist, Tom Barber, who used to sing for Lorna Shore. And honestly, he filled in those shoes great after Alex left. I think they played the one new song, Dead Rose. They played a couple new songs. I actually got Playing with Fire on video, so check out that one. They played a couple other songs, and they closed with Recreant. And of course, met Tom Barber. And yeah, like overall being backstage was pretty cool. And I actually, believe it or not, ran into the man behind Warped Tour himself, Kevin Lyman. And it was pretty cool. Chat with him a little bit. But yeah, and then the last band I ever saw was the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. I saw a little bit of them. I had to see them play Face Down. It was pretty good. It just brings back some nostalgia. But yeah, after that I went home, and like I said, I left there around 7:30 that night. But yeah, I got home at almost 8 o'clock last night. Overall, Warped Tour this year was pretty all right. I mean, like I said, it's gonna be sucks, but honestly, I think it's gonna be. I don't know what the next big like touring summer metal rock festival will gonna be, since now Ozfest is dead, Mayhem Fest is dead, and now Warped Tour is dead. But yeah, just rest in peace, Warped Tour. I won't miss being like stuck in the fucking rain like I did like the 2 years I went. So yeah, so that's actually sort of also saw, but at least I saw some friends who were pretty good. Ran into my other fellow concert filmer, Joe Marr, aka Mr. Shamuzu Films. He's a great guy. You should check him out. He has footage of shows. I mainly got only 4 full sets of August Burns Red, Unearthed, Amity Affliction, and In Heart's Wake. Only got the first 2 songs of Crown the Empire, I think, and probably a bit of Every Time I Die. And I got 1 song from Chelsea Grin and 1 song from Simple Plan. I wanted to get more footage, but I was kind of limited, and my phone was kind of dying. But yeah, and I'm running out of space. But yeah, that's my review of the final Warped Tour in Atlanta, Georgia, guys. Hey, so let me know in the comments what you guys think of yesterday, and I'll see you all in the next video, and keep it metal.